Hey, I wanna be a rock star.
I use an eyelid primer. My favourite always remains to be the e.l.f. eyelid primer. And what you want to do is you want to apply it all over your eyelids and take it all the way up to your brow bones. Remember, you don't need a lot of this product since it does blend in really well. This is going to make sure that your eyeshadow stays on and stays on for the whole day or the whole night, depending on how long you're wearing your makeup for. Also make sure you get your bottom waterline because we're going to be applying eyeliner, and you also don't want your eyeliner to melt away and smudge away. What to do is you need to find a black eyeliner, and I'm going to be using a kohl eyeliner because it's smudgeable. There you go, you just roll it up like that. There you go. You can also use an ink pot like the black track fluid line by MAC, and what you basically want to do is you want to colour in the whole of your eyelid. Yes, I know that seems a bit drastic, but Rockstars are very drastic, and that's the look that we are going for. So just like that, start to colour in your eyelid. You want a very dark pop of colour. Keep going, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just try to colour in as much as you can. Use a flat eyeshadow brush or a blending brush to start blending away the edges and the top where the crease is. You just want to blend, 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 blend away. Make sure you don't blend anything that is on your eyelid because you want that part to remain as dark as possible. The only reason we are blending the edges out is because we do not want any harsh lines. Make sure you blend everything out. It doesn't have to be absolutely symmetrical. Can you see the difference right there? Blending that out has made that eye so much more dramatic. Now you want to do the same on the other side. The next thing you need is one of these little dazzle pots. I happen to be using the Too True one. It's called an eyeshadow dazzler and it's in a silver shade. It's basically a pigment, so you want to make sure that you tap it, otherwise it will go flying everywhere. There we go, it's a silver pigment. You can get it in lots of different colours, but I decided to go for the silver. Take the same flat eyeshadow brush that you took to blend the black out and dip it straight into the little pot and pick up lots of the pigment. Now this can get pretty messy, so make sure you have something laying down on whatever surface you're working on. You want to tap off any excess, and you can see that the pigment is starting to fly out everywhere, so do be careful about where you do this. Once most of the excess has been tapped out, you want to dab the eyeshadow brush onto your lid. You don't want to swoop it, you want to dab it, gently starting in the middle where you want the most pigment and where you want the most colour, and then you want to gently take the pigment and place it on your eyelid, making sure that you cover every last little corner. Once again, you don't want to go out of, over your crease too much, but a little won't hurt. Quick fast little dabs like that is exactly what you're going for. Can you see the instant difference? Now, instead of putting it back into the pot, I'm going to place the eyeshadow brush into the lid and tap off any excess. And you want to do the same on the other eye. Make sure you shut the lid as soon as you're done with it, because the last thing you want to do is drop it. Next, you want to take a little sponge and you can wipe away any accidents that you've done. So under the eyes you may have some fallout of either pigment or your eyeliner. Make sure you get those sharp edges. There we go, I'm really happy with that. Now we can move on. This is just a normal eyeshadow palette, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lightest shade in the palette and a normal eyeshadow brush, As you can see, it's just a normal eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the lightest shade, which in this case is white, and I'm going to use that under my eyebrow, and I'm going to drag it down to the black. This is basically going to act as my highlight. It's also a shimmery white, so there is a little bit of glitter in there, which is going to emphasize the highlight. And the reason we're using a white is because it's going to be a nice contrast from the black popping eyes. As you can see, I'm not applying too much, so it's not totally obvious, but if you were to take pictures, it would totally give you a nice little glow under the eyebrows. Next, you want to take an eyeshadow brush, and you want to use the bristly side to comb your eyebrows up and out. Then you want to use the comb on the other side to shape your eyebrows. Now, I love my typical V shape. I think it brings out my features the best, so I'm just going to brush my eyebrows in a way that I feel kind of exaggerates those V shapes. Next, you want to take an angled brush, and you want to take some eyeshadow. You can also use eyebrow gel, but I prefer eyeshadow. So there is the angled brush, and I'm not going to choose black, I'm going to choose a greyish colour. As you can see there, it's a browny grey colour. You always want to make sure that you use a colour which is 2 shades lighter than your actual hair colour. Now, Rockstars have dark eyebrows, so I'm going for that. As you can see, I just slanted my eyebrows to show you a way in which you can actually fill in the start of your eyebrows. So if you work that upwards, you get the perfect sort of vertical shape. Now, I don't want to go too dark, because even though I am going for a rock star look, my eyebrows are really thin. The thicker your eyebrows are, the darker you can afford to go. Liquid eyeliner is clearly not an option with this look, because the eyelids themselves are so dark. But I am going to go back with the core liner and do my bottom waterline, and I'm going to tightline. So I place, oh, sorry about that, there we go. So I place the eyeliner, close my eyes, go back and forth, then point the pencil upwards and go back and forth again. Similarly, you can hold your eye open, but you can instantly see a difference that tightlining does. So once again, swoop back and forth whilst pointing the pencil down, then point the pencil up and do the same thing. And that you could leave at that. But everyone knows that I love thick eyeliner. So I'm going to go back, pull down my lid, and just make that line thicker and darker. I think for a look like this, where you're trying to be, well, not trying to be a rock star, but where you're kind of inspired by a rock star look, your eyes need to be really dramatic. So I think thick black eyeliner is absolutely perfect for this. And remember, we also primed the bottom waterline, so that eyeliner is not going to move, it's not going to smudge, and it's not going to melt down. Now I'm exactly the way I wanted to be. Well, the liner is exactly the way I want to be. Next, what you want to do is you want to apply mascara. This is the L'Oreal mascara that I absolutely love. And you could also go for fake eyelashes, you could go for false lashes, seeing as this is a dramatic look. But I just feel that because the eyes are so dark, you wouldn't be able to see the lashes unless you were up real close. So I'm going to stick with mascara. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to use the bronzing pearls, which are by Sunkissed, to finish off the face. I like pearls better than I like other bronzers, because you can actually get a mix of loads of different bronzy colours which look more natural. So I take a bit, tap off the excess, and do my all famous fish face. As you can see, I'm using a light hand, and I'm using it to fill in the hollows of my cheeks. You can always build up the colour later, but make sure you start off with a light hand. This is all going to be blended out later, so don't worry about it looking a little artificial at the moment. Now you want to get your temples and drag it down to connect to what you've just done, almost creating a C shape. You want to do the same on the other side, starting at your temples and having it connect to the line you've made from the hollows of your cheeks. Just like that. I always get the jawline because I think it defines it a little more. So get your jawline on both sides. Always remember to tap off any excess before you apply it, because the last thing you want is for your face to look a completely different shade than the rest of your body. Now I get either side from the middle of my neck. Right there. And of course, to even everything out, I also put a dab of bronzer all over my collarbone. This is to make sure that everything looks even and my face doesn't look different from my collarbone. So that brush, you know, it's good and everything, but this brush here, it's so much bigger, so much thicker, and so much more blendy-ish, if that's even a word. So we're going to use that brush and I'm going to blend out the bronzer that I've just put on my face, and it's going to make it look so much more natural, and it's going to make it look a lot better than it just did. So you just want to keep blend, 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 and blending. Take your time with this and make sure that you remember to blend everything out. You don't want to forget anything. Rockstars don't really wear blush, they are more into contouring. Okay, so now it's time to do the lips. Now I have a theory, and it's when the eyes are bold, the lips stay nude, and vice versa. So if you have a nude eye, then you have a bold lip. I'm going to be using a pretty nude lip gloss by Collection 2000. It's actually called Pink Topaz, but to me it's more of a nude colour. And I'm going to apply a decent amount of this onto my lips. And this gloss also contains little glitter pigments, which also reflect a lot of light and make your lips look nice and shiny, and also give you that pouty look. So you want to make sure you get a decent amount on. I usually wouldn't put this much on, but seeing as this look is so dramatic, I want to make sure that my lips are popping out in their own kind of way. Similarly, if you want a little bit of that extra pout with this look, go back to the glitter pigment that you used on your eye. That's the one. Make sure you tap the lid to make sure that it all kind of settles. Don't pick up any extra. Go back to the lid and get a lip brush. Pick up some pigment from the lid and make sure you tap off any excess. Then dab the glitter pigment onto the middle of the bottom lip. Can you see the instant extra reflecting light from the middle of my lip? Blend it out just a little so that it doesn't look as if you have a silver square in the middle of your lip. And what that is instantly done is made your lips look so much more pouty because there is more light that is reflected. So I have my eyes, the face, and my lips. Voila! I hope you've all liked it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!
Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star.